In today's video, I am going to explain where ulnar nerve impingement most likely to occur. I want to focus on elbow and wrist. You are looking elbow joint from inside. This is from medial view. And if you go up, it's gonna be a shoulder. If you go down, it's gonna be wrist. This is elbow joint, right? And this is ulnar nerve. Ulnar nerve runs basically on medial part of elbow and it goes to pinky side. This is ulnar. That is why this is ulnar nerve. This nerve gets impingement or damage or stress around elbow joint and wrist joint. First part I want to explain is about this part. This is medial part of elbow joint, right? In this neutral position, of course, there is no tension around ulnar nerve. Then, when does this nerve get more stress? That is when elbow joint is on flexion position, like this. Imagine this is elbow joint, 90 degrees flexion. In flexion position of elbow, what happens to ulnar nerve? It moves with joint, of course, right? It's running like this. In this flexion position, ulnar nerve gets more stressed. Why is that? Because even in neutral position, ulnar nerve runs posterior from axis of elbow joint. Okay? It's posterior from elbow joint. I have to write it again. This pink one is flexion position. This purple one is ulnar nerve. In this case, ulnar nerve is stressed. Nervous tissue doesn't like too much stretching position. So when your elbow is flexed, then ulnar nerve is stretched out. Then ulnar nerve, particularly around elbow joint, is stressed for throwing sports or racket sports like baseball, like tennis, like table tennis, maybe like team handball, particularly baseball pitcher. The nature of baseball pitching, biomechanics of baseball pitching puts a lot of stress on medial part of elbow. That is why many baseball pitchers have surgery around medial part of elbow. So think about it. Medial part of elbow joint. Ulnar nerve is running right here. This is one place that ulnar nerve gets stressed out. Okay, let me change angle of picture a little bit. This is still medial view. This way is superior. If you go this way, it's shoulder. And this way is wrist joint. Again, this is ulnar nerve. When your elbow is flexion position, ulnar nerve needs to go around elbow joint. That means this nerve is now stretched out. Nervous tissue doesn't like too much stretching. What happens if you throw baseball, if you do a tennis or throwing, hitting sports? There's a lot of stress on medial part of elbow joint. Now ulnar nerve has chance to get more stress, more damage, more elongation. That is why ulnar nerve tends to have numbness or damage around here. This is around elbow joint. Let me go to wrist joint. Now you are looking at palm side of wrist. This is thumb side. This is pinky side, and you are looking on palm side. This is ulnar nerve. Do you remember? This is on pinky side. Ulnar nerve is very delicate around wrist joint. Why is that? I want to focus on two bones. This one and this one. This bone is called pisiform. And let me change color. This one. This pink one is hamate. Hamate bone. Between pisiform and hamate, ulnar nerve runs here. And this is very superficial. It's not very deep structure. So when somebody has continuous stress, like chronic stress here, there's chance ulnar nerve gets more stress, impingement, or damage. Now, what kind of occupation, what kind of lifestyle? So in terms of lifestyle, people use wrist a lot and they put a lot of compression force around here. Maybe like bakery, maybe like a craftsman, maybe people who use a wrist joint a lot. When people use wrist joint to compress something like bakery or massage therapist, they put a lot of stress around this part. Then if somebody complains numbness or pain around pinky side, there is chance that the work is compressing ulnar nerve. What else? What kind of sports? Maybe golf or maybe weightlifting. They put a lot of stress around wrist, palm side, here, right? Chronic compression may create impingement around this part. Oh, by the way, there's a connective tissue tunnel around pisiform and hamate. This tunnel, this connective tissue structure is called Guillaume canal. Guillaume's canal. Maybe Mr. Guillaume or Dr. Guillaume found this canal. This part is called Guillaume's canal. This is a connective tissue structure. When this part is tight, then there is chance for impingement for ulnar nerve. This is very, very common. Some people have numbness around here, numbness around pinky, numbness around ring finger. It's very, very common thing that people use wrist joint and hands a lot. In today's video, I explained two places where ulnar nerve gets impingement or damage or stress. First place is elbow joint, that's on medial part. And second part is around wrist joint, particularly around wrist joint around pinky side. If you liked today's video, please hit the like button, comment and subscribe. See you next video.